Hi, welcome back to Hey Calli. The question I'm going to answer tonight is pretty straightforward. It's been asked to me many, many times over the years, and it is, what do you look for in someone applying for a job on your team? My teams have been mostly legal or compliance, or legal and compliance combined, but those kinds of roles. And the answer is, well, there's always a job description, right? So I clearly want someone who can do what's in the job description, but more theoretically, I want someone who brings skills and knowledge to the table that I lack. That is of critical importance to me. If that isn't going to be the case, I find I worry about there being gaps in perceptions around risks. Am I seeing everything? The value in having other folks on the team for me is not just to ease the burden of the volume of work, which that's important, but it's equally important that this person see things that I don't see. I like to think I'm a great issue spotter. I like to think not a whole lot gets past me, if anything. But in case it ever should, it is wonderful to have someone with a different set of eyes, a different perspective, a different point of view, looking at the same set of issues and seeing gaps that maybe weren't obvious to me or escaped me altogether. That's the most important thing to me. And it goes beyond that, beyond issue spotting, right? There are also other things that I just don't do very well. You know, I like to think I'm a good writer, and who doesn't? But I'm probably not the best writer. I'm very likely better than average, but when it comes to being very succinct, I can be verbose. When it comes to taking messaging down to the lowest common denominator, I think I do it well, but there are those who do it better. So those kinds of, day-to-day skills are important. I am terrible at math. I mean, just awful. And I think a lot of it is psychosomatic for me because I just can't get past the fact that I'm so bad at math that it gets in my way. I am not nearly as bad at math as I pretend to be. It is my security blanket. If I declare that I'm bad at math, then no one will expect me to do any. And then if I do it and I do it well, it's just happenstance, right? And that's just it's all good. But in reality, I am very insecure about math, and it helps me to know that I've got folks on the team who are mathematically inclined, who are better at it organically than I am. So, little things like that. Being very, very, very detail oriented, deep in the weeds. I am by nature, a big picture thinker. That's where I bring the most value in a conversation, in an organization. And then there are those who get deep into the minutia and cannot see the big picture as well. I look for that balance. So I look for the folks who get into those weeds and just thrive in the details. I am not that person. I can, but it's not my nature. So I look to balance things with people who bring skills and experience and knowledge to the table that I lack. I think it's important as a leader to recognize the areas where you don't have all the bases covered perfectly, and look for that in others and in folks that you're bringing onto your team. I think not doing that can be a sign of insecurity. I don't do it to send the message that I'm secure. I do it because I'm afraid not to. I'm ultimately accountable for what goes on the team. So I want to make sure that all bases are covered. I don't want to be caught having